Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, The Smoking Beard here with another easy to follow recipe on how to smoke brisket. So in this video, I will take you through the steps I take in smoking and chopping a brisket from start to finish. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to keep up with the latest and greatest I have to offer. Keep in mind that I will be leaving links in the description of the items you see on this video, just in case you'd like to get your hands on your very own. By buying through these links, it's a simple way of helping support my channel so I can continue to bring content like this. Thanks in advance. Now, let's get to it. The first step in the process is trimming the brisket. You want to remove the brisket from the packaging. Next, you want to reduce as much of the non-rendable fat from the brisket. This is a fat that is white and hard to the touch. You will have a small section of this non-rendable fat on the meat side of the brisket that you can shape down little by little. Leaving some is okay, but removing the excess will help cut down on the cooking time and allow for more of the meat to come in contact with the seasoning. When it comes to the fat cap of the brisket, you want to leave about 1/4 of an inch. Feel the brisket. It should be soft. If it feels hard to you, you can trim that down. Now, every brisket is different. Trim it down a little at a time. The last thing you want to do is take off too much, leaving your brisket exposed. You know you're getting close to the meat when the fat starts to give more when you press down on it. Next step is seasoning the brisket. Place the brisket on a meat lug big enough to hold the brisket. Season the fat side first. Spend some time here, but don't over season this side. The one you really want to focus on is on the side with all the meat exposed. Turn the brisket over and cover the brisket with plenty of seasoning. Don't forget to season the sides. Try to get every part where the meat is exposed. This is how your brisket will get some of the flavoring. The rest will come from the smoke. Once you're happy with the seasoning, cover the meat lug and let it sit overnight in your fridge. After about 24 hours, it's time to smoke your brisket. First thing you want to do here is set up your smoker. It goes without saying, but you gotta light your pit. If you have a fire management system, now is the time to set it up. I'm using the Thermoworks Signals and Billows fire management system. I've been using this for years and it is a game changer. The Thermoworks system, in combination with the gravity-fed smoker, has really made long smokes almost as easy as set it and forget it. The Signals is the brain of the operations. It's that little red one you see on the table. It has leads to keep tabs on the internal temp of your meat as well as the ambient temperature of your smoker. The meat probe helps keep track of the meat while the ambient temperature probe tracks the temperature inside your smoker. When the temperature drops in your smoker, it activates the Billows fan, increasing airflow to your charcoal or wood, which in turn raises a temp inside your smoker. This dance goes back and forth throughout the entirety of the cook, keeping and maintaining a constant temperature inside your smoker. The temperature we're looking for inside your smoker is 240 degrees Fahrenheit. You can go as low as 220 degrees Fahrenheit if you have the extra time. Lay your brisket on the grate and load it into your smoker with the fat cap on top and the round part of your brisket nearest the heat source. This allows for the fat from the fat cap to travel down and through the brisket. Placing the round part nearest the heat source protects the flat side from drying out during the smoke. Now install your meat probe in the middle and center of the brisket. Connect it to your meat monitoring system. In this case, I'm connecting it to my Signals. Add a water pan to keep your cooking chamber from drying out during the smoke. Pulling the brisket. For chopped brisket, you're looking for a temperature of about 195 to 203 degrees Fahrenheit. Pull your brisket out when it reaches your temp. Wrap it in heavy-duty aluminum foil by overlaying 2 pieces, wrapping it tightly, and sticking it in the cooler for about 2 to 4 hours. This lets the fibers relax and rest, making it a more tender brisket. And now we're to our final step, chopping the brisket. Get yourself a large cutting board, a brisket slicing knife, and a meat cleaver. Pull your brisket out and divide and conquer. Depending on the size of your brisket, slice it in half or in thirds. Because this brisket was a big boy, I sliced it in thirds, starting with the flatter side of the brisket. You can slice this section in half if the brisket is too big. Start chopping the brisket with your cleaver from all angles until you have the brisket consistency that you are looking for. Less chopping for a coarse brisket and more chopping if you're looking for a finer consistency. This brisket was so big that I had to slice it into smaller sections before chopping it. Just keep pounding away at your brisket until you have the finished product. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.